standing there, leaning against the island in our kitchen, and I know I'm supposed to be listening to him talk about his day. But the whole time I'm just concentrating on blocking his view of the counter with my body so he won't notice that I've taken the tiramisu out of the fridge, which of course he does. And he looks so confused and disappointed, and I feel myself losing control as I say, Ken, if you're going to have goddamn tiramisu in this house, then yes, I'm going to eat it all. I don't care if it's for the party. You know I have this condition. And why do you want me to get fat anyway? Is it so you'll have an excuse to leave me? And so, of course, when I yell at him, I feel terrible. And he cries, and I leave the house, and I go straight to White Castle. And I sit in the parking lot, stuffing my face with sliders, with tears rolling down my cheeks until I throw up. Well, let me just conclude by saying it's been a taxing week. But I'm very thankful for all of you for being here and helping to share my burdens. It's helped me keep my appetites in check a little bit. Thanks.
Well, thanks for your share, Steve. I'm glad we can all be here to, be here for you. Okay, would someone else like to share?
Hi, I'm Charlotte. I'm new. And Steve, let me just say, I totally identify with your story. I've been there. I know that horrible feeling when you can't control yourself and you know that you're going to hate yourself for doing what you do, but you do it anyway. And may I just say, though, that Ken, of all people, should know that you can't be trusted around delicious tiramisu, which, yeah, I'm there with you, bro. It sounds to me like Ken is just setting you up so that you blow your lid. You're a smart, handsome guy, Steve. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that you're the better looking, more successful one in the relationship. Have you ever considered that maybe it's just guilt that keeps you together and that Ken knows that? It's the only thing he has to lord over you. Is Ken a little chubby? Maybe he's doing all this cooking because he knows that you'll eat it and so that he doesn't have to, and then you'll feel like shit and need him even more. Have you ever considered that maybe it's Ken who has the eating disorder?
Charlotte, I appreciate the value of your input, but we're here to share, not criticize. Now, I know you mean well, but that's not how this works.
Isn't this about solving our problem?
No, it's about learning how to live with them.
Then what the fuck am I doing here? Hey! Hey, Becky! I almost didn't recognize you. You got so thin. You look fantastic. It's Charlotte. Charlotte Bloom. Remember?
Charlotte. Yeah, I remember. It's a Betsy, actually.
Betsy, right. So, you didn't say anything in there. How come?
Didn't want to bore you.
Don't be a dummy. Come on, let's get a drink. Catch up. Hey, next round's on you. Now, let's get back to this pity party.
Look, if you're just gonna make fun of me.
Come on, I'm only kidding. Besides, you used to make fun of me first.
Well, look where that got us.
Hey, at least we look good.
All right, here's to knocking him back and keeping him down. Oh my God, these are delicious.
Those little cherries have stems, you know.
I've always been a stress eater. It's just the past few years it's gotten out of control. Lately, I'm worried I'm gonna do it in front of my students.
What do you do?
You don't want to know. It's disgusting.
I work in the ER. I'm pretty sure I can take it.
All right. Last night I had a chicken Caesar salad for dinner with a glass of red wine. Then I stood in front of the freezer chewing frozen tater tots while waiting for a pot pie to microwave. After that, a pint of Chunky Monkey, and then I crammed handfuls of M&Ms and Cheetos until eventually I threw up all over myself.
I was so sure you were going to say school teacher.
Oh, no. I'm a guidance counselor for at-risk teens in East Oakland.
You really are a glutton for punishment, aren't you? The pay can't be that good.
So, what do you do in an ER? You a doctor?
Nurse, actually.
Still cheering on the boys then, I see.
Hey, they respect me. Otherwise, I take their temperature rectally. Anyway, I'm thinking about becoming a doctor.
So, what was that at the meeting? Practice?
No. Just sometimes I need to be in control. I admit that. But I wear scrubs all day long. Do you know how unflattering that is? The shit you have to put up with in order to do good in this world.
Charlotte, you've changed so much.
I have, haven't I? You know, I kind of owe that to you. In high school, you were so vocal about making a difference, and in college, I figured out that is what the smart boys like. So I basically imitated you all throughout freshman year, and it kind of rubbed off on me. That's why it's so weird to see you, like, so cynical.
I'm not cynical. Am I?
Yes, you are. And we are going to get to the bottom of it. But first, we got to get to the bottom of these.
Yes, ma'am.
One Tom Collins and a Midori Sour.
Tom Collins, Midori Sour.
Could you put like 5 extra cherries in that Midori Sour?
What is this?
It's one of my students. Self-portrait. Teacher saw it, sent her to me.
This is
Yeah, I know.
amazing.
What?
This is so badass.
I think that's probably what Deja was going for.
Deja? No wonder she's angry. To Deja, woman warrior. Can I have this? I'm gonna put it on my fridge.
I don't understand. What do you see in it?
This girl is a fighter.
Charlotte, most of the time they're all fighters.
Don't you see? This isn't a pose. This girl wants to better herself. What does Deja have to say about it?
I don't know. I was too busy being shaken down for my lunch money.
What?
Another kid bullied his way into her time slot. And he's not nearly as talented as she is. But it's pretty much first come, first served.
Betsy, this isn't a post office where you take a number. You gotta prioritize. Did I tell you what kind of nurse I am?
A popular one?
I'm a triage nurse. But yeah, that other thing too.
Triage. Okay.
From the French.
I know what it means. You run the waiting room.
No, dummy. From the French meaning to sort. Lives! Not even the doctors understand that, those arrogant fuckers.
It's a battlefield thing. Prioritizing the wounded.
You gotta sort them out. Don't focus on the dead, focus on the critical ones.
What if they're all critical?
Look, I get kids like yours all the time, but only after they've been shot. So, if it came down to it, I couldn't really tell you which one was worth saving from the beginning. But you can.
You don't understand. The system's designed for them to fail, all right? They know it. We all know it. I'm just delaying the inevitable.
Oh, shut up. You used to go on and on about making a difference. You don't want to change things anymore?
Oh my fucking God, Jesus Christ, are you really asking me that?
Don't pull that shit on me, sister. You think you're doing these kids a favor by feeling sorry for yourself? Do your fucking job! And stop taking the Lord's name in vain. What? Is that funny? Well, I only swear like that when I'm coming. When I'm coming my fucking brains out. That is the only time in this world when I am comfortable being totally powerless. But it sounds to me like that's you, 24/7.
I am not powerless.
That's right, we're not. And how are we gonna show them?
sort 'em out.
What's up, Miss Green?
Jerome, sit down.